Hi, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. I'm here today to share how to check when Mr. or Mrs. Right is popping into your life. So, by the way, as it's Valentine's Day, I wanted to give some love back to you for your continuous support. So, go on my website, astrological.com, and then sign up for a draw prize. You can win up to $700 worth of course or a yearly forecast with me. All you have to do is just like this video, share it with others, as well as maybe you can gain some extra entries if you go on my Facebook page or my Instagram channel, and then you have to just share my posts. But there is no better timing than today to speak about when is someone entering your life, and we're talking about someone significant. Now, these aspects won't promise you that this is going to be a long-lasting relationship. A long-lasting relationship very much depends on the two people involved, but these are emphasizing or increasing the possibility to be together with someone. So the number one indicator of someone coming around is Jupiter transiting your seventh house. However, I usually say that be careful with this because it could also increase the possibility of longing for someone. But of course, if you withdraw yourself, you lock yourself up in a dark room, no one is going to knock on your door. If you are in an existing relationship, then Jupiter can actually magnify the problems between the couple as well, depending on the dynamics of the relationship of that current time. But also it's favorable when Jupiter is transiting your first, third, and 11th house as well. The reason being is because the third and the 11th are trining your seventh house cusp. And the first house is all about me. So the first and the seventh house somehow needs to meet when we are forming a relationship with someone because you are part of it. We need two people to tango. Number two indicator is Saturn transits to your seventh house. Now, plenty believe that Saturn is a badass planet. And yes, it is. It does bring some challenges. But also, this is the planet of bond and commitment. So when Saturn goes through your seventh, 11th, or even the third house, actually it could bring relationship to your corner. Number three indicator is when in your solar return chart, you have got the sun, the moon, north node, or Jupiter in your seventh house. Now, the sun is because it's all about highlighting an important area of life for you. Moon is something to do with your feelings. North node is something which we have to experience. And Jupiter is the planet of growth. Number four indicator is when you have got the north node going through your seventh house by transit. It definitely manifests something. We definitely need to learn about relationship. So for instance, the north node at the moment is in the sign of Gemini. So the Sagittarius rising people actually have got a great chance to either meet someone new or to get married. Number five indicator is when Jupiter is in aspect to the ruler of your seventh house. And here we're especially talking about conjunction. Now, conjunction, because we're talking about two bodies which are standing together. So that is a representation of a couple. Now, if you are unsure how to check the ruler of your seventh house, I recommend going on astro.com. You will need the exact timing of birth and location to get an accurate picture of your chart. And look at the number seventh house cusp, and you will see the signs there. So for instance, if Virgo is on the seventh house cusp, it means that Mercury is the ruler of your relationship department. If it's Pisces, then Jupiter, and so forth. So you're just gonna have to check out the ruler of that sign. I use specifically traditional rulers. Therefore, I don't use Pluto, Uranus, or Neptune in rulerships. Sorry, my doggies are, again, a little bit active. There's a beauty when you have got two doggies and then they always fight, but they are only 6 months old, so that's okay. Okay, number 6 indicator is when you have got your profected lord is getting activated by North Node, Jupiter, Saturn, or you are in a 7th house profected year. Now, if you are unsure what profection is, then basically every single year of your birthday, a certain house gets activated in your chart. I recommend going on Google, type in profection wheel astrology, and once you go on the images, you will be able to see a wheel with the ages in particular houses. You're gonna have to choose which year you belong to, which house you belong to. So if you are in a 7th house profected year, actually that could indicate that the focal point of the year somehow is a relationship. Or you're gonna have to check where the 7th house ruler is, what house it occupies. Let's suppose it's in the 11th house. So when you are in the 11th house profected year, you've got great chances of a relationship to come around. Sometimes the 2nd house or the 4th house gets activated in connection with marriage. Now, 2nd house, because it signifies household, and of course, we're talking about two people who are sharing the same household. And I've seen the 4th house activation in plenty of occasions when two people are moving together. Number 8 significator is when Saturn is having an aspect to your descendant or to the ruler of your 7th house. So I've already spoken about Saturn, which is the planet of commitment and bond. Saturn is needed for good marriage because it gives us longevity. Number 9 is when the 4th house gets transited or it's a ruler by a slow-moving planet. So it might be something to do with Saturn, Jupiter, even Pluto or Uranus. It could indicate that two people are going to be moving together. Number 9 indicator is when the North Node is in conjunction to the 7th house ruler. So North Node indicates fated events. It's like a compulsory literature. It's like a book which I have to read to gain some knowledge. North Node has got this Jupiterian quality to it. So in many cases, actually, it could bring you a relationship. Number 10 indications when you have got your progress moon going through your 7th house. Now, this is another timing technique. Progress moon spends approximately 2.5 years in each sign, and it talks about your emotional needs. So when it's in the 7th house, your emotional needs to be with someone can be pretty much enhanced. Number 11 indication is when your solar return descendant is actually conjuncting your ascendant in your natal chart. So every single year, your solar return, ascendant, descendant are changing. I have made a video about solar return chart, how to read them, which is going to be posted in the upcoming days. So keep an eye on it, and then it might give you a little bit more clarification about solar return. The next indication, number 12, is when the 7th house ruler is getting activated by solar arc. Solar arc is also a timing technique, and it can be basically any planet. In solar arcs, each of the planets are moving 1 degree ahead each year, especially if the 7th house ruler gets activated by Venus, Moon, Jupiter, or Saturn, even the North Node. That could be a major life-changing period in your relationship department. The next one is when the ruler of your profected year is aspecting your natal 7th house ruler or planets in the 7th house in your solar return chart. So this is a little bit more complex. Probably this technique is for those who have got clues about astrology already. But you have got your natal chart. So we spoke about perfection, how to pick the significator of the year, and that's the planet which is going to be ruling the entire years of yours. So that planet transiting positions and that planet's position in the solar return chart is very significant. Now, if in your solar return chart, the profected Lord is having a trine or sextile, even a square, to your 7th house ruler, it could bring a relationship. With squares, it might be a little bit challenging, and the sextile or trines are more productive and an easy flow of energy. Also, very similarly, if the 4th house profected ruler is falling into the 7th house in your solar return chart, that could indicate that you are going to meet someone and you might be moving together with the person, or it's just more an intimate level between two people. So if you have any of these out of these 13, 14 combinations, at least 3 of them, the chances of you meeting someone, the likelihood of meeting someone is very high. So let me know when you got married or when you met someone significant out of these 13 indications. I would love to get the feedback from you. And also, I would like to wish you a beautiful Valentine's Day. Go out there and celebrate it with your partners. Have a blessed day, everyone, and plenty of roses. Bye-bye.